let's just jump right in. Man, it seems like it gets later and later each night trying to get these things going. But we're going. So we're just going to jump right into the articles. Then we'll hit the weather. And we'll go from there. Man, look at all that stuff blowing up right there, all from the aerosols. Check this out. You know, remember when all the panic buying was going on for the hand sanitizer being ripped from every shelf? The FDA now expands hand sanitizer recall to at least 75 brands across the United States. The Food and Drug Administration has expanded the list of hand sanitizers sold at Walmart, Costco, and other national chains, being recalled to at least 75 recently, saying toxic levels of wood alcohol in them can cause injury or death. The FDA said there has been an increase in hand sanitizers that are labeled to contain ethyl alcohol or ethanol but have tested positive for methanol or wood alcohol. If methanol is absorbed through the skin, it can cause blindness, hospitalization, or death if ingested. Since the cornholio, health officials have continuously urged Americans to wash their hands for 20 seconds at a time or use hand sanitizer. See, you know, they got everybody to go out and buy this crap by scaring everybody for something less than the flu. You know, people are going crazy out here. You got, you know, mass shamers and all kinds of crazy stuff because they believe all the lies. They believe everything they hear on the TV, man. And if they just would think about this stuff logically for a minute, they would figure out, man, what they're showing is not what's really going on. McDonald's says no masks, no hamburgers. A new ruling over face coverings. Hey, I wouldn't even, this is a good thing. Don't go there. Don't eat you know, everywhere they want you to go, the Walmarts, the Costco, all the fast food chains, that's where you shouldn't be going. These corporations have wiped out all the mom and pop shops. You know, they got a special little spot out there. McDonald's said today it doesn't want to turn away anyone seeking a burger. Oh, you're going to. The fast food giant now says that it will offer customers who arrive at the stores without a mask the opportunity to don one that they will provide. If the customer declines to do so, the store will expedite the order and guide them to a designated pickup spot at a safe distance from the other customers. Hey, that's how you can get your food faster. Just don't wear a mask, and they'll expedite it and make you go stand in the corner since you're not obeying to the BS rules. Yeah, I wouldn't be eating any of that stuff anyway. No additional details on where the pickup spot would be located on store properties, or what would be done if a customer refuses such segregation. Hey, that's discrimination. That's mass discrimination. Previously, the chain said it would deal with the mask issue without specifying what actions would be taken with those who refuse to comply. You know, they want you to obey. Obey us or you won't get our poison burger. Delta turns a flight around after multiple passengers refused to wear a mask. See, people are not buying into this BS. There's a great awakening going on. And for all the people that are behind right now, hey, you better join the bandwagon. You're being left behind. Details are emerging over why Delta Airlines flight to Atlanta was turned around after return to Detroit on Thursday, and once again face masks are the issue. According to reports, 2 passengers refused to wear face masks during the flight. Good for them. A mandate for virtually every airline. And the plane returned to Detroit Metro Airport in suburban Romulus. The flight was delayed because passengers were non-compliant. There you go again, where you're not obeying. If you don't, wear these stupid masks that don't help anyway, you're just not obeying. We're going to send you to the guillotine. Drive. Gas is cheap now. If we banned all the Walmarts, all the fast food chains, if we banned flying and cruise liners, the weather modification companies, they just have to stop flying. We could fix the planet by banning these very companies that are ripping everybody off. Will not comply. Be the resistance. Hey, the news fakes everything, man. Now, even in sports, they've ruined all sports. They have for a long time. But they're faking the fans. They got cardboard cutouts of fans fill Dodger Stadium seats on opening day. Hey, was this the game that Fosse was at? Look, they don't have the mask on, but they're all spitting over the same spit guard on the mic. All these people that kneel down and supporting the takedown. Screw them all. Look at that cutouts, man. We could get on in the Xbox and play our own baseball. These guys are making millions of dollars. They shouldn't be political. They shouldn't be any of this stuff. They should just be players. Do what you're paid to do and not be making statements. They ruin their own sports. Too bad we can't get our money back. Now, there were some doctors, the Americans' frontline doctors, at the Secretary of State press conference transcript. Now, I watched this video. It popped up on Periscope on Twitter, and I watched part of this. So a group of American doctors calling themselves American Frontline Doctors held a press conference on the cornholio, on the hydrochloroquine queen, I can't even talk, and more outside the Supreme Court of the United States. I got the link for the transcript here, or I got the link to the video if you want to watch the video. Here, I'll post this into the chat. Some of them come forward and said this stuff is not some of them were speaking some truth on this. They were talking about how the masks, really don't work. They were talking about get the kids back into the schools so they can brainwash them. They talked about how there is a cure. It's the same cure used for all the other SARS and stuff. For the past few months, this lady was taking care of over 350 patients. Not one of them were lost. Diabetics, high blood pressure, people with asthma. Not one patient died. So, some of these doctors are starting to come forward. So here's just a small handful of the doctors talking about, the real stuff. So you can watch that here. I'll post this link too. That way, if you'd want to read it, if you don't want to watch it. So I'll try to finish watching it tomorrow, but yeah. Not going to play it. What else did we have? Mysterious deep sea oarfish found on the Baja Beach. Now, a lot of people think this is signs of a major earthquake coming. Oh, what happened here? Wow, what just happened? My link just I must have clicked something. Let's see if I can go back. Oh, there it is. Let me close that. I don't know what I did. A deep sea oarfish has washed up on the Mexican beach for the second time in 6 weeks. The latest, a 20-foot specimen discovered last Friday near La Paz in Baja, California. So these things can measure up to 30 feet. They go down to 600 to more than 3,000 feet deep, but they rarely encounter but occasionally become stranded on the beaches, dead or dying. But that thing don't smell too good. But anyway, a lot of people think this is signs of a big earthquake to come, which we should be seeing some bigger earthquake stuff going on. I mean, them things looks like some kind of dinosaur. Some kind of, look at that thing, man. That thing's huge. Exactly. All them doctors come out and basically said the corona circus is curable and preventable. You don't need to wear a mask. That's what the doctors come out and said. It's less than the flu. So you actually have doctors coming out, going against the grain. And they're ready for a fight. They don't care. They're tired of all the lies. Man, my mouse ain't working. This could be bad. What's going on here? They're probably hacking me. All right. Yeah, here was the video link. I already gave you guys that. Now we got major flooding in Saudi Arabia. You know, right where all the weather warfare is going on from the United Arab Emirates, all the weather generators that are over there. I mean, they even have their own YouTube channel called weathergenerators.net. You can go there and check it out, man. They control the weather over there just like they do here. You got the weather system behind record-breaking catastrophic rainfalls in Japan and China. You know, they try to explain it in this article, calling it a stalled Mayu. I forgot how to pronounce that. The East Asian rainy season is caused by precipitation along a stationary front for nearly 2 months. So, you know, they try to go in here and, try to make it more natural. And I don't think they say climate change, maybe solar minimum or something like that. But what they don't talk about in this article is the real reason. I play the video all the time. In fact, let's play that clip. Maybe.
To ensure stability in its agriculture sector, China is not leaving things to Mother Nature. The Chinese government is planning to employ upgraded weather control systems in Heilongjiang, Jilin, and Liaoning, the three provinces responsible for 54% of the nation's rice production. The project, which will continue until June, involves creating artificial rain using cloud seeding, special aircraft, rockets, and much more. China has been tinkering with the idea for years. But how controllable can the weather be? Skeptics fear the consequences of meddling with nature at this level could be dire.
So there you go. They upgraded their weather systems, and now look what's happening. We have dire situations going on from the people trying to control the weather. There's all kinds of weather wars going on that people don't even know about. So pretty crazy stuff. You know, see, they come out with the they come out where they have these, like the litigation part of weather warfare, where you can't use it on other countries. Like, one country is not supposed to use weather warfare on other countries. but in that document, they can use it in their own country. See, that's how they get away with it. So anyway, they got this major flooding going on there. We know who's responsible. And just like here in the United States, you know, it's the U.S. Department of Agriculture, it's the power companies, it's the water resources companies. You know, we're paying for the weather modification and don't even know it. So, you know, all the food that was coming from Japan and China, it's all gone. It's all underwater. To add to the food shortage that's coming sooner and sooner. 31 photos and videos that show the impact of Hurricane Hannah. You know, I talked to quite a few people down there, and the mainstream yet again is hyping this up worse than what it was. If I can get my mouse to work. What is going on with my mouse? Alright, I got it to work. Hurricane Hannah created problems for Texas. South Padre Island, Corpus Christi, been there many times when I was younger. They say they had 90-mile-an-hour sustained winds in Port Mansfield. I couldn't find them on any of the storm tracking. You know, of all these photos, we're not seeing major hurricane damage. We're seeing a couple little roofs tore off. You know, a 70-mile-an-hour wind, 50-mile-an-hour wind could do that. We definitely had a little bit of coastal flooding. You know, a tin building. I really didn't have a whole lot of support in that building. But, you know, definitely more hyped up. Look, they're showing us the beach. You know, where's all the video footage? Remember Dorian? Remember, you know, the damage you got from there? Somebody's bilge pump didn't get turned on, or the battery's dead. More super hyping stuff up. Like I said, I don't even think it was a hurricane. I don't think it made the intensity at all. So really, 31 photos, and this is the best they got. You know, pictures of the, you know, by the water, a little bit of flooding. Some more BS. What was this here? CT scan of a 3,000-year-old Egyptian mummy reveals non-human beings. Two mummies that were discovered decades ago were only now found to have harbored quite the shocking reveal, they say. They originally believed to contain human remains, but they put them in the CAT scan and discovered one was a bird and one was had been mummified, and that was that of a little child. Let's see, let me reread that. They were originally believed to contain human remains, but with time it was discovered that one was a bird of some kind that had been mummified while the other was that of a little child. So was it a non-human child? I mean, they don't specify. So they did do the CT scan. And I think it looks like a reptilian, man. Let me get down here. Look at that. They said that's some kind of bird. That looks like one of the reptilians. You know, the ant people. Who knows? You know, they hide the history anyway, the real history. The history of the fallen ones. The giants. They hide all that. All right, let's go. Oh, here's somebody made this this art on a pathway. Check it out. This is pretty cool. Let me get it bigger. See if I can make this full screen. Dennis out here. All right, let me get this bigger. How do I make it bigger? Oh, I already shared it. Let me play here. Watch again. There we go.
Alright, here we go.
More people need to do this. This is how we advertise. When you can't get advertised anywhere else.
Alright, here we go. Dollar Vigilante, Jeff Berwick. Above Ground, World News, Weather Warfare with Mike Morales. Mudfloods, Tartaria, True History. 5G is a weapon. 5G is COVID, actually. COVID-19 is a hoax. There's no virus. Magna Carta, 1215, Article 61. Really good history. You want to take your oath under Magna Carta. Agenda 21 goes along with Agenda 2030. Georgia Guidestones erected on March 22nd, 1980, 322. Event 201, 201 Jesuits. Catherine the Great saved. GeometriEffect.news, a great blog site by Zachary K. Hubbard. Mud Fossil University. Roger Spur. Justinian Deception. Romney Stewart out of Australia. We do live on Turtle Island, folks. And anybody who wants to make some easy money like Biff did on Back to the Future, you need to learn Gematria Effect Sports. It's a long pathway to keep going, but this is it for now. Cheers.
All right, so great job out there. That's a good way to get words out. You know, they want to paint the BLM on everything. How about we paint truth bombs on everything for all the walkers and bikers and all that to see? This lady's all pissed off because the guy behind her was close to her and wasn't wearing a mask in his car. Hilarious. All right, I think that's all we're going to share there. Let's go take a look at some maps. So look at this, man. Looks like they've changed the pattern. Remember, we were getting all the moisture right from one half of the United States. All moisture and all dry. Look, the patterns have changed. The bunker fuel has changed the patterns. Let me just see if we have any watches and warnings. I haven't got to look at any of these maps or nothing, so let's see what we got here. Yeah, we've been talking about Agenda 21, Agenda 2030. That's some of the first videos I ever made was on Agenda 21, and it's here now. We're seeing it. So where's our watches and warnings? I put them on there. There they are. We had tornadoes for a brief second down there in Louisiana. Got thunderstorms over Indiana, Ohio. Up in New York. We had tornado warnings up in Maine. Let's go check that out. Let me go just look at that. Yeah, I've been hitting some crazy rain bombs here in Missouri. Last couple days now. Monsoonal rain. So we had a tornado warning in Michigan. Let's take a look at that. Oh, in Maine, tornado warning southwestern Penobscot County in east central Maine. So not too often do you get tornadoes up in Maine, but you do now. We had 3 tornado warnings in Louisiana. Of course, flood warnings everywhere. Down in Brownsville, Texas, Lubbock, Texas. All them different places. You take off them watches and warnings. Check the radars here. See what kind of damage the radars are doing. All right. Let's take a look at this. Look at all the, some of the radars are just pulsing out off and on. You know, it just shows they have a switch. I've showed the inside of these radar installations before. Got a beam shooting out of Nebraska. You know, they've got radiation coming out of these things. I'll have to dig that video up of what's inside these. That's why there's like 3 outbuildings to every NextRad. They're so important. They had to have a diesel backup. They have to have a battery backup. And then they got, you know, this radiating, looks like centrifuger in the middle of this thing. Yeah, I'll dig that video back up of the inside of some of these installations. And you got to remember too, it's not just the weather service that's in the NextRads. You got the military, you got private contractors in there. It's a much bigger operation than they claim. Let's go check the worldview map out. Or here, I'm going to put that on this while we're... And let me get that there. What is going on here lately, man? These maps are just not loading. Like they're taking way too long. We can see all the bunker fuel now is just turned into a big old weird flume of fake clouds. Yeah, look at that big fat chemtrail. Right up here is where the bunker fuel was yesterday. Let me see if we can highlight them. So these yellow lines right here, if you can see my mouse, that's where the bunker fuel is being deployed. Yesterday, you see the X. And then today, it just all drifted out into this. And then you also have the chemtrails. So they're still spraying this area off British Columbia. Kind of wondering, you know, if there's going to be an earthquake right here. Look at the frequencies to go along with the chemtrails. These are not gravity waves. These are frequencies from the VLF transmitters and the super low transmitters, all the different weather mods. We still have spraying operations over the Bering Sea, right where they're putting in the One World Railway. That's the other reason they're trying to melt the poles. Got spraying operations way up north. Way up in northern Canada. So we want to look out here. You know, we're going to see if they try to conjure up the next hurricane. You know, they're going to start spraying over here by Barbados. It looks like they're already started. But we'll see like a pretty intense spray job that'll stay the exact distance out ahead of the storm till it hits landfall. I mean, we've seen it every single time. You got a little suspect operation right here. A little bit over the islands. Hopefully tomorrow it'll be a little more defined. It still looks like they're still dumping in the Gulf of Mexico. We have bunker fuel down off the coast of Chile. Look at these guys out here. More bunker fuel. That's a big old bunker fuel line. Let's see if it shows up. And then you got more bunker fuel right here. All these things that come out in a point and then drift off into a cloud. This is bunker fuel. So you have bunker fuel ships out here off the coast of Chile right now, and they're standing out big time. Another one right here, a couple more right there. So they're deploying some of the most toxic emissions on the planet down off the coast of Chile. Hey, maybe that's why that, it could be for the bunker fuel washing them up. Plenty of fires going on in the Congo. You can see the dust. Kind of looking around here. They're starting to burn up Portugal, Spain, Algeria. Everything's still whited out over here in the North Sea or the UK. Looks like Ireland might be getting a little bit of a break. I'm not seeing any bunker fuel or chemtrails or anything out here for the first time in a long time. Let's go check the Russia fires. Remember yesterday I said they'd lay the chemtrails and then the fires would ignite. The new fires, look, here's the chemtrails. Here they are spraying. Look at all the new fires popping up to the south. They're going to burn the whole area up here, man. Look at this. More fires. More aerosols being deployed. This looks like 3 planes side by side by side. That's a crazy spray. I don't know what went on right there. I'm trying to let that clear up. So they were definitely dropping some kind of chemicals out of the back of that plane. So it looks like these are all being engineered fires with the drying agents coming out of the back of these aircraft or drones, whatever they're using out here. Go check our volcano. Look at that, baby. Now it's got some real light brown smoke. So yeah, this thing is just continuing to billow. So that island's got to be getting bigger and bigger, like every day. That thing just growing. Could be like a new Hawaii out there. So it looks like we got some new operations up to the north of Australia. And they're getting flooded out. Look, it looks like they're bringing in a big cyclone now. They were already flooded. And now they're getting hit again. You can see the chemtrails over Melbourne, Victoria, right over Tasmania. So that's a big weather system right there. All clear down in New Zealand where the billionaires' bunkers are. Completely clear. But you got chemtrails right off the coast. Oh, that looks completely natural. Look, perfectly clear around the Australian Heart Facility. Totally clear. Not a cloud in the sky anywhere. And you could really see the cloud seeding going on. All the way over through Myanmar, right up through China, right up through the Koreas, over Japan, all man-made. Man-made floods, man, they're going on everywhere. Let's just see what kind of spraying operations we can pick up. Tons of spraying out here off the East Coast. I think I just seen like a figure 8 pattern. Let me slow that down. Look at that big chemtrail right. Oh wow, look at this. Look at the aerosols are starting to go around the Bahamas. So that's where they're going to be steering the hurricane. So the spraying operation it's already started out here. Then you got another big spraying operation off the East Coast. I could have swore I seen something really weird up there. Let me just look here. Yeah, I must have just seen something in the corner of my eye that looked weird. It looks like quite a bit of smoke or like a high concentration of bunker fuel over there on the coast of California and Oregon. Let's see if we can go to the west. Oops. All right, here. All right, let me try to get that going. All right. I haven't been able to really watch the chat, so I don't know what's going on out there. But much love out there, everybody pray for the country, pray for all the people, pray for everybody, pray for Blades in the Dirt, pray for anybody that needs it out there. Yeah, look at all this bunker fuel mess. Yeah, something that could be the fire smoke. You got heavy aerosols being deployed. Let me slow that down and just do it by hand. So right where the bunker fuel operations were yesterday, now they're sending in the jets to dump who knows what up here over and over again. We almost need to go look even farther north. Let's look all the way up north. So look at this spraying operation right here over the Bering Sea, over parts of Russia, over British Columbia, all the way up north here. I'll go real slow there. Yeah, we got all kinds of weather mods going on, especially over the Bering Sea. Look at that, man. They're really dropping some super thick stuff. I mean, right where they're putting the inner Bering Railway. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the New World Order train, the FEMA train. You know, they're going to put a train that connects the United States to Russia to China. You want to know what's going to happen with all the cities in China that they built, no people live in, that's where they're going to put us. So the 1,500-mile Alaska-Canada Railway, it's called the Inner Bering Railway. We call it the New World Order train. So this sucker's going to go everywhere. This is why they're burning places up. There's a big core bit. You know, they got tunnels underneath everywhere that you don't even know about. And then you wonder, you know, they act like they want to go to war with Russia and China when they're all building this one railway. Here's the Bering Strait Tunnel. You know, they needed to melt the north to get the ground soft. So here you go. Here's the tunnels they'll be shipping us off to. It's all part of the New World Order. Alright, anyway guys, I'm going to go ahead and call this tonight. I am spent. Long Monday. Got another long day tomorrow. Anyway guys, much love. Be safe out there. No fear. We can't fear this stuff. We got to fight back. Anyway guys, we'll play a song called Rise. Much love. Eyes to the sky. Definitely no fear. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. Here we go. Make sure you subscribe to the backup channel if you're watching this on the main channel. Go subscribe to the backup channel. I don't know how long these things are going to be around. Make sure you bookmark the D Live, the Twitch, all that stuff. That way if they take us down, at least you'll find us. We'll keep going. We'll use a ham radio or something if we have to. Anyway, guys, here we go. Be the resistance.